But how did Esteban Ocon put together a P3 Alpine? Estie, Bestie on the podium, baby.
Crazy.
I would use another word. That was a little cringy.
Yeah.
It was a little cringe.
It was a little,
but it's okay. I
yes,
got it.
He'll take it.
I'm just being sarcastic. Esteban Ocon finishes P3.
Started
place.
P3. That's the big part. Started P3.
So let's go there first, because the real question I have is this: how did Esteban Ocon put that Alpine on provisional pole? And it came right down to the wire. There was only two guys behind him, and they just leapfrogged and pipped him a little bit by a tenth or two. But how did Esteban Ocon put together a P3 Alpine in Monaco?
It's Monaco. You know, it's not one of those high downforce, those very mechanical grip tracks. It's literally run an inch to the wall as fast as you can go through the corner.
That's it.
That's it. So he put it together. He nailed it. That car, obviously with Gasly in the top 10 too, it wasn't like they were slouches.
Right.
So that car, he nailed it. That's all I can say is he put a lap together that I don't think he could have won any faster.
So we're coming off the tail end of some scrutiny from Alpine's CEO.
Yes.
The last time out, he made some remarks as it pertains to the team and the progress of the team. You know, I think the team principal at Marsofnauer is probably feeling most of the blunt or the force of some of those words that were said in public. But it trickles down, and it trickles down. And these guys are the best drivers in the world. They're highly competitive. Do you think Ocon and Gasly went into this race, this follow-up race, post those remarks from the CEO with a chip on their shoulder, like, I'm going to show you something?
100%. You know, but I also can look at it as a CEO as like, hey, let's just put a little fire underneath these guys.
Talk about it. Team manager, right? So you're a team manager for a pro race team here in Ontario. So you can see that side of things where it's like, hey, let's light a fire under their ass because I feel like they're dogging it just a little bit.
Yeah, and honestly, we see it sometimes with our drivers where it's like, man, like, what's going on lately? Like, you're usually a top runner, and all of a sudden now it just, you're making mistakes. You just don't look like you're in the zone, and sometimes you just gotta, like you said, light a fire underneath their ass and kind of show like, hey, there's other people out there that want these wins. You're gonna have to work just as hard, and the way you're driving now, you're gonna have to work even more to catch them. So I think that's kind of the strategy the CEO was going with. Like, it wasn't like the cars were absolutely horrible or the drivers were absolutely crap. They crashed each other, whatever.
That was crazy in Australia. That was like
it was just a crazy time.
I don't think you can't really say that was just like literally that was a gamble at the end of a race.
Yeah, exactly.
That in hindsight probably shouldn't have even happened.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the drivers also were like, you know what? I think they know that they're really and truly their jobs aren't at risk. Like,
right.
They're really good drivers. The teams
they're both French drivers. They're driving for a French team. It's marketing.
They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, and it's a big. The other thing is too is it's not just a F1 team. Yeah, it's a big car company.
Yeah, exactly. Right, and it's a boutique car company. Like, it's like a specialty car company that is there to kind of show their clients that they're in F1.
We do have some performance cars too.
Exactly. Right. So in the end, I think it was just something that the CEO was like, hey man, we got to do something to kind of spark these guys. So and it was kind of out of the blue how he just came out of nowhere, and dropped
as blue as the car.
Yeah.
Well, the CEO and Ocon.
And Ocon,
out of the blue. I couldn't believe my eyes.
No,
I couldn't believe it.
I
was like, hold on a second. That says Ocon P1.
Yeah.
During qualifying, and then you start to do the math, and you go, oh no way, they called them out and this and that.
Yeah.
So they're, highly competitive drivers. Like, I'm going to show you. He showed them.
Yeah.
But the other part of the equation now is this: the confidence boost for any athlete. And what I find is, I've been an athlete. I played sports. I played hockey. I played basketball at collegiate level. I moved on. I'm doing some racing now. Once you do well in a race, the confidence, you have the speed. You've shown the speed. And all of a sudden, you're looking at the front guys, the Maxes, the Fernandos. You're like, we are fast, but you're not that fast.
Yeah.
What does that do to a driver moving into the next round?
Because now you can do it. You've podiumed, so you can do it. You know the car can do it. So now all of a sudden, all those little second guesses going into weekends, like, am I really able to do this? Is this car really able to compete and get on the podium? All those questions are out the door now, right? All those questions are answered. Yes, it can do it. Yes, I can podium with it. So stop asking those questions. Let's concentrate and try to find the speed in this car.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest thing that's going to come out of this weekend is that Ocon's going to come out. Even Gasly showing that, you know, he's going to be even hungrier now to get that podium because his teammate got that podium.
Well, this is the thing too. Let's not forget, in Australia, Gasly was running P4 for a bit too. Like he was on the cusp, right on the edge of podium in a few races this year. So there is something there. We've seen Fernando last year racing for Alpine.
Yeah,
that was the first year of the new regs. It's a developed car from those regulations.
Yeah,
but Fernando was knocking on the door.
Yeah.
So the pace is in the car.
Exactly.
It's just the reliability. As long as they can keep that car reliable, and Monaco was one of those tracks like they pull gears out. It's not pounding the engine like that.
It isn't. It's just it's probably besides the pinball machine that they around in, the track is not very hard on the vehicles, so that's why you don't see millions of all the motors blowing up like at Monza or something like that, where guys are grenading motors left, right, and center.
Austria, it's hot and in the
you know. So it's just one of those things where it's a survival race. Like you need to qualify good and just survive. Don't hit the walls. Stay in between the guardrails and stay on track. You're good. You will probably finish where you started.
Yeah, that's it. That is the real deal, as it is for Esteban Ocon. Bestie finishes P3 at the Monaco GP. Let us know what you think about his race as well as anyone else's race in a comment below. For Darryl Timmers, it is Dames Nellas. It's been another Race Weekend Canada's F1 show.